Meet Mary Henderson, a 78-year-old grandmother from Ohio. 6 months ago, she weighed 211 pounds, had uncontrolled diabetes, and her doctor told her it was too late to change. Today, Mary weighs 145 pounds, her blood sugar is normal, and she walks 2 miles every morning. This isn't just another weight loss story. This is proof that age is truly just a number, and that it's never too late to reclaim your health. But Mary's journey started in the most heartbreaking way possible. Here's exactly how she did it, and more importantly, how you can too. 2 years ago, Mary was preparing for her daughter's wedding. Like any mother, she wanted to look her best for this special day. She had been looking forward to this moment for months, imagining herself dancing at the reception and taking beautiful photos with her family. She went to the department store to find the perfect dress for the occasion. Mary tried on dress after dress, but nothing seemed to fit properly. When she finally tried on the largest size available, a 3XL, it wouldn't even zip up. The sales associate, trying to be helpful, suggested they might have something in the specialty sizes section. Mary felt humiliated. The other customers seemed to be staring at her, and she could feel her face burning with embarrassment. That night, she stood in front of her bedroom mirror and cried. For the first time in her life, she truly felt old. She felt like she had lost control of her own body. Mary looked at old photos of herself and couldn't believe how much she had changed. She remembered being active and confident, but now she felt like a stranger in her own skin. The woman staring back at her in the mirror looked tired, defeated, and much older than her 76 years, but the wake-up call was just beginning. 3 months later, during a routine checkup, Mary's doctor delivered devastating news. Her blood sugar level was 285 milligrams per deciliter. To put that in perspective, a normal reading should be under 100. Mary had developed type 2 diabetes. Mrs. Henderson, her doctor said, "At your age, we need to focus on managing this condition, not reversing it. We'll start you on medication immediately." He explained that diabetes was now a lifelong condition that would require careful monitoring and multiple medications. The diabetes diagnosis was just the beginning of Mary's health problems. The extra weight was putting tremendous pressure on her knees. Simple tasks like walking upstairs became painful ordeals that left her gasping for breath. Mary found herself avoiding activities she once loved. She stopped gardening because kneeling down became too difficult, and getting back up was nearly impossible. She declined invitations to social events because she was embarrassed about her appearance and worried about finding clothes that fit. Even playing with her 5-year-old grandson became exhausting. After just 10 minutes of chasing him around the backyard, Mary would be breathless and need to sit down. Her energy levels plummeted dramatically. By 2 p.m. every day, she needed a nap just to function. Her sleep quality was poor. She snored heavily and often woke up feeling more tired than when she went to bed. Mary's husband started sleeping in the guest room because her snoring kept him awake. The emotional toll was perhaps the hardest part. Mary began to feel like a burden to her family. She worried constantly that she wouldn't be around to see her grandson graduate from high school, get married, or have children of his own. Depression crept in slowly but steadily. Mary found herself eating even more as a way to cope with her feelings of sadness and worthlessness. Her daily routine became a vicious cycle of medications, naps, and comfort food. She was taking 4 different prescription drugs: metformin for diabetes, lisinopril for blood pressure, atorvastatin for cholesterol, and an anti-inflammatory for her knee pain. Despite all these medications, she was still gaining about 2 pounds every month. Mary's world had become very small. She stopped driving to places that required walking long distances. Grocery shopping became a dreaded chore that left her exhausted. She avoided restaurants because she couldn't fit comfortably in booth seating. Her social circle shrank as she turned down invitation after invitation, making excuses about not feeling well. Everything changed on a Tuesday morning in March. Mary was babysitting her grandson, Tommy, when he asked her a simple question that shattered her heart. "Grandma, why are you always tired? My friend's grandma plays soccer with us and she's even older than you." That innocent question hit Mary like a lightning bolt. She realized that while she couldn't change her age, she could change her health. That night, Mary made a decision that would transform her life forever. But first, Mary had to overcome her biggest obstacle, herself. She had tried to lose weight dozens of times over the years. She had joined Weight Watchers 3 times, tried the Atkins diet, the South Beach diet, and countless other approaches. Each time she would lose a few pounds only to gain back more than she had lost. The pattern had become so predictable that she had almost given up hope entirely. This time, Mary decided to approach things differently. Instead of looking for quick fixes or extreme diets, she decided to start small. She had read somewhere that sustainable change happens gradually, and she was finally ready to be patient with herself. Her first step was surprisingly simple, almost too simple to believe it would make a difference. She started drinking a full glass of water as soon as she woke up every morning. This small habit kick-started her metabolism and helped her feel more alert. Within a week, Mary noticed she wasn't reaching for her usual mid-morning cup of coffee. Next, Mary made one small change to her breakfast routine. For years, she had been eating 2 pieces of white toast with strawberry jam and butter, along with a large glass of orange juice. She knew this wasn't healthy, but it was convenient and comforting. Instead, she switched to 1 piece of whole grain toast, topped with half an avocado and a poached egg. This simple swap provided her with healthy fats, protein, and fiber that kept her full until lunch. The difference in her energy levels was noticeable within just 3 days. She no longer experienced the mid-morning energy crash that had been plaguing her for years. For lunch, Mary discovered the power of what nutritionists call the plate method. She filled half her plate with non-starchy vegetables like broccoli, spinach, green beans, or colorful bell peppers. 1/4 of her plate contained lean proteins such as grilled chicken, baked fish, or legumes. The final quarter was reserved for complex carbohydrates like brown rice, quinoa, or sweet potato. This method ensured she got balanced nutrition without having to count calories or weigh food, which had always felt overwhelming to her. Mary's dinner transformation was equally impressive. She started eating dinner at 6 p.m. instead of 8 p.m., giving her body more time to digest before bed. She also reduced her portion sizes by using smaller plates, a psychological trick that made her meals look more substantial while naturally reducing her caloric intake. Her new dinner favorites included baked salmon with roasted vegetables, turkey and vegetable soup, and grilled chicken salads with olive oil dressing. But the real game changer was how Mary handled her snacking habits. For years, she had been reaching for cookies, chips, or ice cream whenever she felt stressed, bored, or tired. Instead, she prepared what she called her power snacks. These included apple slices with almond butter, Greek yogurt with fresh berries, or a handful of mixed nuts with a piece of string cheese. These snacks provided steady energy without the blood sugar spikes that had been wreaking havoc on her diabetes. Mary also discovered the importance of movement, but she started incredibly slowly. Remember, she could barely walk upstairs without getting winded. Her first exercise was simply standing up from her chair 10 times in a row, twice a day. It sounds almost too simple to be effective, but this basic movement helped strengthen her leg muscles and improve her balance. Mary was amazed that something so simple could make her feel stronger. After 2 weeks of chair exercises, Mary graduated to walking around her house. She set a timer for 5 minutes and walked from room to room, focusing on maintaining good posture and breathing deeply. When 5 minutes became easy, she increased it to 10 minutes. By the end of her first month, Mary was walking outside for 15 minutes after lunch, rain or shine. The breakthrough came when Mary discovered chair yoga. She found a YouTube channel specifically designed for seniors and followed along with 10-minute sessions every morning. The gentle stretching helped with her joint pain and improved her flexibility dramatically. More importantly, it gave her a sense of accomplishment and control over her body that she hadn't felt in years. Mary looked forward to her morning yoga sessions and felt disappointed if she had to skip them. Mary's sleep transformation was equally important, but often overlooked aspect of her health journey. She established what she called her bedtime ritual. At 9 p.m. every night, she would turn off all screens, dim the lights, and spend 30 minutes reading or doing gentle stretches. She moved her bedroom temperature down to 68 degrees and invested in blackout curtains. These changes helped her fall asleep faster and wake up more refreshed than she had in years. The progress wasn't always linear, and Mary learned to expect ups and downs. There were days when she felt like giving up, especially during the first month when the scale seemed stuck despite her efforts. But she had learned to measure success in other ways. She noticed she could climb the stairs without stopping to catch her breath. Her afternoon energy crashes became less frequent. Her clothes started fitting more comfortably, and she could button jackets that had been too tight for months. The first major milestone came at her 3-month checkup. Mary had lost 28 pounds, but more importantly, her blood sugar had dropped from 285 to 165. Her doctor was amazed and admitted he hadn't expected such dramatic results. He reduced 2 of her medications and told her that if she continued on this path, she might be able to eliminate diabetes medication entirely. This encouragement was exactly what Mary needed to stay motivated. This medical validation motivated Mary to take her fitness to the next level. She joined a senior fitness class at her local community center. 3 times a week, she did resistance training with light weights and resistance bands. The social aspect was just as important as the physical benefits. Mary made new friends who shared her commitment to healthy aging, and they supported each other through challenges and celebrated victories together. Mary also started tracking her progress in ways beyond the scale. She took body measurements, photos, and kept a journal of how she felt each day. She noticed improvements in her mood, energy levels, and overall sense of well-being that were just as important as the weight loss. Her family began commenting on how much happier and more engaged she seemed. By month 4, Mary had developed what she called her non-negotiable habits. Every morning, she drank her water, ate her protein-rich breakfast, and did her chair yoga. Every afternoon, she took her walk, rain or shine. Every evening, she prepared a balanced dinner and followed her bedtime routine. These habits had become as automatic as brushing her teeth, and Mary no longer had to think about them or force herself to do them. Mary's confidence grew along with her physical strength. She started accepting social invitations again, and even planned a weekend trip to visit her sister in another state. She bought new clothes in smaller sizes and enjoyed shopping for the first time in years. Her husband noticed the change in her demeanor and told her she seemed like the woman he had married decades ago. The 5-month mark brought new challenges and opportunities. Mary decided to add swimming to her routine, something she had loved as a young woman, but hadn't done in over 20 years. The local community center had a heated pool with shallow and deep ends, perfect for seniors. Swimming provided a full-body workout that was easy on her joints and helped her build endurance. Mary also began meal prepping on Sundays, preparing healthy meals and snacks for the entire week. This habit prevented her from making poor food choices when she was tired or stressed. She discovered she actually enjoyed cooking again and started experimenting with new healthy recipes. Her family began asking for her healthy versions of their favorite dishes. The 6-month transformation was remarkable beyond anything Mary had imagined possible. She had lost 66 pounds, going from 211 to 145 pounds. Her blood sugar was consistently in the normal range, and she was down to just 1 medication. Her blood pressure had normalized, and her cholesterol levels were the best they'd been in 20 years. But the physical changes were just part of the story. Mary's mental transformation was equally dramatic. The depression that had clouded her days for 2 years had lifted completely. She felt energetic, optimistic, and proud of what she had accomplished. She was playing actively with her grandson, had returned to gardening with passion, and was even planning a hiking trip with her daughter. Mary felt like she had reclaimed not just her health, but her identity as a strong, capable woman. Her doctor, who had initially been skeptical about her ability to change at 78, became one of her biggest supporters. He started referring other senior patients to Mary's fitness class and even asked her to speak at a medical conference about successful aging. Mary was nervous about public speaking but felt obligated to share her story with other seniors who might be struggling as she had. Mary's story spread throughout her community like wildfire. Friends and neighbors began asking for her advice, and she found herself becoming an unofficial health coach for other seniors. She started a small walking group that met every Tuesday and Thursday morning. What began as her personal health journey became a mission to help other seniors realize that age doesn't have to mean decline. The most powerful moment came exactly 1 year after Tommy's innocent question about why Grandma was always tired. This time, when he visited, he asked a different question that brought tears to Mary's eyes. "Grandma, can you teach me how to be strong like you?" Mary realized that she hadn't just transformed her health, she had become a role model for healthy aging and was inspiring the next generation. Today, 18 months after beginning her journey, Mary maintains her 145-pound weight and continues to improve her fitness. She's training for a 5K walk, something she never thought possible at 78. She has completed 2 charity walks and is planning to participate in a senior Olympics event next year. Mary's energy levels are higher than they were in her 60s, and she often jokes that she's aging backwards. Mary's daily routine now includes activities she loves rather than dreads. She wakes up naturally at 6 a.m. feeling refreshed. After her morning water and yoga routine, she enjoys a healthy breakfast while reading the newspaper. Her afternoon walks have become a moving meditation that she treasures. Evenings are spent cooking healthy meals, reading, or socializing with friends from her fitness class. The ripple effects of Mary's transformation extended far beyond her own life. Her husband was inspired to improve his own health and lost 30 pounds alongside her. Her daughter started exercising regularly for the first time in years. Even Tommy began asking for healthier snacks and showing interest in physical activities. Mary had become the catalyst for positive change throughout her entire family. Mary's advice to other seniors is simple but powerful, learned through months of trial and success. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Age is not a limitation. It's an opportunity to prove that your strongest years can still be ahead of you. The key is believing that change is possible, and then taking one small step at a time. Mary's transformation proves that it's never too late to reclaim your health. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your body has an incredible capacity to heal and strengthen when given the right support. The key is starting small, staying consistent, and believing that change is possible at any age. Mary's story is proof that the number on your birth certificate doesn't determine your future. Your choices do.